Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey everyone. So we're going to jump right in. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all doing well. And over the weekend I crafted some hats. And this one is a little mini hat. I made it for the cat who loves to go in the yard, but I'm going to put it on and that's what it looks like, and you can see it close up. There it is. A little garden hat, a little mini garden hat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So you can wear it, or you can give it to your favorite pet. At any rate, today we're going to do some baskets. We're going to do a random weave basket. So, we're doing a random weave basket. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. And so, this is the frame you're going to start with, depending on the size you want. As you can see, it's already taken the shape of a pocketbook or basket. So, you're going to make a structure. You're going to do 7 loops. 2 small ones for the handle and the opening, but you make sure that your opening fits what you're trying to put in there and that your hand could fit in there. It has to be at least the size of your wrist going through. So when you go in, you want to be able, you can get into your basket, okay? You don't want to just put little fingers in there. So you can make this as big as you want. But for right now, for demonstration purposes, we're going to do this size. And that is Carolina Bristle Mallow. Now you can do with any vine, but today we're going to do Carolina Bristle Mallow. Good morning everyone. Okay, so let me just give you a second to all come in. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. So, it's called Modiola caroliniana. And it's a genus of plant in the mallow family containing single species which is known by several common names. It's called Bristol fruited mallow, Carolina Bristol mallow, Babosilla, and red flower Bristol mallow. Now, it is really good for your throat. So, we're not going to use it for the throat today, but you can. So I harvested this batch. Okay, and let me see if I can show you what it looks like close up. So I'll be mowing the lawn tomorrow, and I wanted to grab some and make a basket before I go chopping them down. These can grow the whole length of your lawn. They really grow huge. So it has a beautiful little flower on top, and the flowers grow really cute. But you're going to have, the leaf looks like this. Then you'll get these little buds that come in crimson and reds and oranges. Really, really pretty little buds. And those are edible. So you can eat the Carolina Bristol Mallow. And don't eat the seeds. You can use it for throat ache. So have you heard of Bristol Mallow in your area? It's everywhere, literally everywhere. But it's really good, like the regular mallow that you would use, the mallow root, the marshmallow root. And that has a mucus type of a substance which brings up all of the phlegm in your throat, your lungs, the bottom part of your lungs. It brings up a lot of mucus. But we're not going to do that today, but we're going to make a basket. Now, you can make a basket out of any kind of vine, and you can get willow vine, but let me make it perfectly clear. You cannot, by law, go and harvest just in random places. You can catch a fine. You might get a park ranger that might give you a $200 to $500 fine per leaf. If they catch with one leaf, 200, 300, 400, whatever is that county's fine rate. But if you have one leaf, you can be caught. So make sure that you can harvest in an area where you got permission either from the park rangers or you know someone that has some land and you can collect some vines. And if all else fails, you can order some vines on Amazon. You can get the willow vines, which are these here. Okay, let me show you. Everyone knows what a weeping willow is. So you can use the willow vines if you don't see the Bristol Mallow vines. These I am saving for aspirin. And so I do have my apothecary, well, I sell the aspirin, natural aspirin. And you can buy these packages. They're $6.50 a piece. And this is willow leaf and willow bark. And so this is really good for migraines if you want to take something natural. You can contact me about those. But today, like I said, we're going to do a basket. And you can also make several things. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So like I said, I harvested all of this because if it's sunny tomorrow, I will be cutting the lawn. Now you can do a lot of things with this. You can make a wreath. You can make a hair piece, a little barrette for your hair. You can make the basket, which is what we're going to do today. So if you're out and you're a forager and you like to collect weeds and you need something while you're out there, you can make this probably in about 2 hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours. So we need 7 loops of different sizes. We're going to need 3 large loops. I only have 2. We're going to need smaller loops for the handle. And if you want your bag bigger, you do a bigger loop. Let me show you. If you wanted a larger bag, let's see what we have here that's large. Let's get one of these long ones. So if I wanted a larger bag, I would strip this down and you wrap it several times after you clean it, and then you would have a larger bag. But this is what it should wind up looking like anyway. The bottom row always should have 3, and the second row can have 2 or 3. Actually, it should just be 2. 3 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 2 for the handle. So we're going to clean this up, and we are going to leave it this size, but I need a third one for the bottom row. So let me get one, a strong one. Preferably, you should dry these so they don't shrink after your bag is made and then it starts looking warped. So I'm going to take off the leaves and the buds and make sure all the little rooty bits are off of it. So we're going to take those off. And like I said, mallow is good when you have congestion. You really should have something like the mullein or the mallow or a combination of. Like I have here, I have a beautiful blend that I sell. And so I'm going to finish this third row. I'm going to put the third loop on because I want to make it extra strong. So I'm going to put this here and tie this one in. Put that one right in the middle. I think it needs to be a tad longer. Let's take a look. It looks good, but I want to wind it up with a few. So I'm going to take another one. And this is a good long one. This vine can wrap around a couple of times. So again, make sure you clean off all the leaves and the little branch remnants. Clean it really good. How are you all today? Which states are you all in? Where are you watching from? Good morning, Andres Alvarez, and is that Don Ada Don? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is that, lamb for time? Good morning, everyone. So we're working with Bristle Mallow today. We're doing a bag for our foraging. I will be hosting a foraging tour in June. I might do it in May. Oh yes, I am going to do it in May. And I'm going to host about 12 folks. We'll go around and look at what's local to your area. Right now I'm in the Dallas area, so I'm going to choose a park out here in Dallas where I'm allowed to take you guys on a tour. Now, when that is aired, that'll be subscriber only. Those tours, because folks will be paying for that tour. So that'll be on my subscription. So if you want a subscription, go ahead and lock yourself in for a subscription. Doesn't matter what amount it is. So I'm going to take this long one. I'm going to put it here. And let's see, I want to double it to make sure it's long enough where I can wrap it a couple of times. And I want to, let's see, that's not going to be long enough. But I'm going to save this one, and I think I'll take this one here, and then I'm going to wrap that one. Let's see if this is long enough. Let's see. We'll take, and if they're too short, don't be afraid to double it up, twist it. Everyone knows how to make a twist. And get it going with 2 or 3 vines. And that way you can have a nice strong structure for your basket. So we're going to make our own basket before we go foraging. And that way everyone will have something to collect the various plants that we will be working with. So here's a round one. This is a nice twist. And I'm going to join this one. Let's see, this guy doesn't want to stay still. So I'm going to give him an extra wrap and go in the opposite direction. And I am going to do that. And that way we have our third hoop right here, okay? So you're gonna need 3 hoops on the bottom. This is a basket, folks. For those of you that just came in, you want to use dried materials so when it shrinks, your bag is not distorted and warped, because some areas might dry faster than others. Now I'm going to take this long one. I'm going to go around the entire middle loop, starting from the end here. I'm just going to wrap it through. A few in the center because that's the handle, and you want the handle to look nice, and you want it to be strong. And it popped. Look at that. But that's okay. I'm just going to continue on, and I want to make these foundations very strong. So we got one outer loop. That looks good. I'm going to wrap it in the middle here somewhere. Just tuck it in somewhere where it'll stay in place. And I'm going to take this other one up. Did you see that? How about that? That's because my other end is not wrapped. So let me start from this end here. And I'm going to take this one, wrap it around. I'm going to wrap it that way, and then I'm going to go reverse. I'm going to take it all the way to the middle, and then I'm going to go reverse. There we go. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to tuck this in the reverse direction so it can stay in place. Okay, now we have that side secure. Now let's secure the right side. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wrap it, strip this down, take off the leaves, and we're going to wrap it this way, and then we're going to go in reverse, and we're going to grab all of this material, and we're going to take this guy and wrap it around. There we go. Okay, now that we have this, we're going to go to any of them that are weak. So I want to, this one is very strong, but I'm going to take this and go double on it. I want to make this one strong. So we need 3 in the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 2 on the top. So there we have it. This little piece is hanging off, so I'm going to put it back in reverse. Whenever something is looking weak or it's getting short, just put it in reverse so it can secure itself into another branch. Okay, so we have 3, and make sure that they're all the same size, guys. You don't want it to be, so you have your handle, you have your opening to put your material in, and then now we're going to build up this bag. So it should look like this. Okay? I'm going to move this one out a little bit so they can all be the same size. This is what it's going to look like. 3 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and the top handle. Now this is a random weave, which means we're just going to weave it through different directions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Start with the opening, and I'm going to grab my outer one, and I'm just going to weave them together in random different directions. But I like to put it in reverse first just to secure it. Then I'm going to, not the other small one, I'm going to the first big one, then the middle big one, and then the last big one. And you get it the width you want. You have to make it the width that you want, because once it's in place, it's going to stay there, and that'll be the size of your bag. So I'm going to weave this. Hey, leaves and a little flower bud. You can actually eat those flowers. So that's where we're going with that. Now, you see, it's 3. Now I'm going to bring it through one of these and lock it in somewhere over here and go with the next one. Now I'm going to have to get more from outside before I cut the lawn, because I want this one to be nice and full. And make sure you weave these in really good. Okay? So that's the beginning of the bag. Alright? That's your basket. There's your handle. There's where your hand goes through. And there's the bottom of the bag where you'll be filling it in with your items. Maybe you're collecting leaves. Maybe you want to bring some garden tools out. But that's what it's going to look like. If you can see it, that's what the basket will look like. So now I'm going to take another big one and I'm going to continue on. You can work from one side or you can work from both ends, wherever you want to do it. It's a random weave, so whatever you want. So I'm taking another one and I'm going to weave it through here. And I'm going to weave it through this piece I just added and lock it to something else. And it looks cuckoo and crazy, but it's a random weave. It's not a specific weave pattern. This is just a weave. See? It's closing in on the bag. Now I'm going to continue this all the way around the bag, around the basket, in any kind of different direction. Just make sure that they're all connected, so when you carry in your items, you don't lose them. Okay, so I'm going to put this one up here, and this is how you make a basket. And you just continue on until the basket is full. I'm going to just give you a few more runs, and then I'll show you. See, it's coming along. Isn't that a cute little basket? And you'll have the handle. Next, I'll put the handles out so you can see inside. I know I got shaky hands. Not that I'm nervous. My hands just do whatever they feel like it. So there we go. We're going to start that. Now let's do the width of the opening. We're going to weave. Let's take another long one. Here's a nice long one. We're going to cut off all of this roots. Take all this off. Okay? This grows along the ground, so every couple of inches it grows another root. So we're going to take these off, and we are going to weave the opening of the basket. Now you can always cut off this root stem, but the roots really grow up and down the entire plant, so it doesn't matter whether you keep it or not. But just make sure that you let them dry for about a week, and you soak them when they're dry to make them flexible. You want it to be flexible so they don't break as you're working along. So you want to take your hands and make it very flexible so it becomes like a thread and doesn't start falling apart. So now I want to do this side. I want to open up this side. So I'm going to weave this through here, and I'm going to fold it a bit and weave it back through to give it some strength. Then I'm going to take that little bit and wrap it around that branch so that can be secure. And I'm going to bring it back upwards. Always do a reverse knot. So now we have the opening here. This is your opening. This is your handle. You're going to put your hand through here and put your items in. And I want to keep saying that so you don't get lost as to what the heck is she making. Okay? And if you have any questions, put them in the comments. In the meantime, I'm going to take this and I want to bring it through here. And this is a nice craft, something you can do while you're watching TV, and create your own natural items. Go outside, go find something in your garden to do. If you don't have a garden, if you live in a building, go to the local park, botanical gardens. They offer classes on basket making and all types of things that you can do. And if you can't afford that, you can watch my channel, okay? And we can make things together. So now I'm going to put it back through the same one I started it with, just to get the handle going. And there. So now I'm going to go over here some, move it down. You can wrap it around a few loops just to give the opening some strength. Wrap it around. Okay, that'll give it some strength. And you can start working on another area. So there's the opening. Now, see? Thank you. Good morning, good morning. Now we're going to take it to the bottom. Taking it to the bottom, we're going to start having to make the sides of the basket. So I'm going to weave it through one of these loops. Okay? Very simple project, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just for women, this is for men. If you're into gardening and you're into harvesting and natural living, okay? So now we have it through here. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to take it somewhere else, anywhere. You can bring it over here, wherever you want. Okay, I'm going to take mine back up because I'm going to first loop it around. Thank you for liking the live, Garen. And now I looped it around just to give it strength, but maintaining the length of the basket. Make sure that your basket doesn't start shrinking. Okay? You can loop it around a couple of times here, and you can go in this direction. All right? You know what you're doing, so you won't lose yourself. Okay? So now I went through here. Now I'm going to wrap it around a few times over here. And this is what the basket is starting to look like. So this is your opening. And, oh, thank you for the rose, Garen. This is the opening, and this is your basket. So there we go. Now we're going to finish this. I probably won't be able to finish it in front of the camera today. I can leave the camera on and finish it, but I don't think I'm going to have enough. I might have to go in the backyard. It's pouring rain out, so I may have to go back there and get some more if I finish it on camera today. So this is how we're continuing, okay? So this is your bottom, this is your side, this is your opening, and this is your handle, okay? Do you see it coming into shape now? All right? So now we're going to put this through here and secure it somewhere, anywhere, it doesn't matter, as long as you loop it around 2 or 3 times so it doesn't come back out while you're weaving in another location. Okay, so that is that so far. That's your basket. This is the bottom, this is your opening, and this is your handle. So now, hey, hello, hello, hello. Now we're going to take another one. I only have this much left, so we'll see how far I get with this, and if need be, I can go out. But if you just came in, we're making a basket with Carolina Bristle Mallow, which is a vine that grows. It's pretty invasive. It grows all over your backyard. But we're going to make this basket so when we go harvesting in May, you'll have a basket to come along. Now, it will be a 2-hour tour in one of the local parks here in Texas for now until I go somewhere else. And then we can do whatever that area. Now, each area has plants that are local to that specific area. Your area may not have Bristle Mallow, but your area might have rose vines, might have willow vines. You want to use a vine, okay? That's the whole point of this. You can get willow vines on Amazon. You can buy them there. I'm going to use this little piece, and you can take it off all the roots, the little roots here, and any little remnants that will keep it from looking tidy. You can take your scissors and clip off some of these little loose pieces. Not too many, because you don't want to unravel your bag, but you can take off some of the little ones so you can know where you left off, okay? Now, I wouldn't cut this one. See this one? I would not cut this one yet, but I would take off that little end, okay? Save this in case you need to tuck it in somewhere or connect it to something else. Good morning, Norma65. All right, so we're going to get another vine. Then I want to show you how to make a quick little thing for your hair. So this one is really gnarly. So what do we do with this? We're going to strip off all these pieces, and we'll take all this off. That's all dead. And we are going to show how to make it. Oh, thank you very much for the gifts. Thank you so much, Garen. So we're going to make this flexible. You see how it's bent here? You don't want that, because that means while you're weaving, it's going to break. So we're going to take our thumbs and we're going to make it flexible. Okay? So you want to make it a little bit flexible so you can use it. We're taking off more roots, remember? We're going to get the scissor. Those are little tough guys there. And we're going to take these off. And then here's some over here in the joint. Do you need those? No. I'm going to take that off. I might leave this because this might help me connect it to something else. But I want to get rid of all of this. These little extras, root systems here. So like I said, you can use any kind of vine. Let's see what's going on up here. And here we are so far. Okay, so we're going to continue weaving. And I'm going to leave those branches because they may help me do something else. Thank you, Garen, for the hearts. So we're going to go here. And has any of you, Garen, have you ever made a basket, or are you into natural living and using things from your environment to create other things? Good morning, Tien. And what is that, a mancer? So see, that worked out well. Those little extra remnants, I just tucked them right in here. And that'll give it some extra strength. Now I'm going to do the same thing up here. This handle, I'm going to tuck this up in here. Okay? We're going to tuck that in there. Then we're going to find a place for this guy. And this can go on this outer end. I'm going to put this here. Give me a second, guys. Always reverse, make a reverse knot. And let's see. We have this here. So this one came out. So since it came out, I am going to take this off. I'm going to get a small one and do my handle some more. Remember, start this way, go downwards, and then go back up, okay? Make like a shoestring crisscross to lock those pieces in. And this one, we're going to tuck under here, under all this. And that way the handle is developing as we also develop the sides of the bag. All right, so I'm going to wrap this around this opening, and I'm going to tuck it right in this loop. You see the loop? I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to put it through here, and then I'm going to feed it backwards. Okay, so there's the bag so far, and we are going. We're going to continue this. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I'm over here in the corner so you can see the project. Good morning, Pablo Lorenzo. And so that's what we have so far. Now, you can make this any shape. Let me show you another one that I did with the same Bristle Mallow. And 1 second. So here's the same, but this one is a structured stitch. Okay, this one is woven horizontally, but it's the same mallow. You see the handle, and you can separate the colors. If you can see, this beige is the same plant, but some are more mature than others, and you can make your design with that. It helped you a lot. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. So now we're going to continue with this one. Let's do something to this side to get this side built up. Okay? Let's do that. Let's get another long one, a long flexible one. Here's a nice one. Again, remove the plants lately you've been using natural ingredients and practices in everyday life. That's great. You you would not believe how much healthier your environment would be, how much healthier your mindset would be. The more you immerse yourself in nature, the healthier you become. And it does not matter what age you are. You could be a baby, you could be 90, you could be 50, you could be 40. Doesn't matter what age you are. The more you immerse yourself in nature, the healthier you become. You would not believe it. I take my walks, I go outside, I do all the things I can possibly do to stick with nature, because who wants to have everything plastic? Plastic baskets, plastic this, plastic that. You don't want all those chemicals in your surroundings, and then you wonder why you have headaches, why your heart is palpitating, and all these different things. It's because of what you have around you. You're sleeping on sheets that are polyester, and everything is just man-made. So if you try to incorporate some natural things, you will see a difference in your whole mindset, in your vibes, in your energy. It's just a very different, very, very different type of a feeling from the inside out. So here we have another one. So we're going to make it flexible by stretching it and bending it at the same time, so it's pliable and it does not break while we are using it. So I'm going to go to this other opening here, and I'm going to start working on this because this needs a little love. So I'm going to wrap it around. I think I want to start right here. Give me a second. Let me wrap it around and tuck it in somewhere, and then we'll go around and go down. So this channel, this is a herbal channel. I am a herbalist. I am a nomad. I travel wherever I can, by foot, by train. I'll take a plane if I need to. I'm not afraid of airplanes. But I just like to be immersed. You've completely stopped using pharmaceuticals entirely. And oh, that's great. Congratulations on that, because that is not easy for a lot of people. A lot of people, they are so indoctrinated into going to get a quick fix. You go and get your aspirin, you go and get your Sudafed, you go and get all this stuff from the pharmacy, but then you have all these other conditions that are creeping up from those medicines. Now you have something else wrong. So I'm going to wrap this around here, and I want to tighten up this. So I'm going to loop it here. Make sure that they stay the same. Okay, don't let something go up and something is down, because then it's going to be warped and you're not going to be able to fix it once your thing is structured. So now I'm going to take it here. I'm going to loop it through a few times. Yeah, I don't take pharmaceuticals. I keep telling everyone, if you go on my medicine cabinet, you're going to see something like the charcoal toothpaste, baking soda to brush your teeth. Thank you very much for sharing the live, Garen. Baking soda to brush your teeth. Baking soda, I have an entire, I'm going to turn the camera, I'm going to show you my little apothecary over here. Let me turn so you can see. There's salves, there's deodorant, there's lotions if you're a guy, There's beard oils, there's face serums, there's eardrops, and there's brain fog, there's teas, and then over there's the soaps and all kinds of things, aromatherapy, lots of things that I use and that I sell in my herbal shop. So now I put it down and we are over here. So now that I got that structured, I'm going to take this and let's see, I want this one to be the outer one. I think, let's take a look. I think that middle one is stronger. So I'm going to put this here. It's already developed. So now we are on the opposite side of the bag. I want to keep the bag opening this further down away from the handle. Okay? So, folks, if you have any questions at all about a remedy, about something that you might need for pain, for arthritis, for something, and let me know, and we'll see if we can answer it in this live, or if you can DM me and I'll send you information. Remember, when you're on these channels, when you're on these platforms, especially with the herbalist in particular, you want to make sure that it's not a one-size-fits-all. If everybody is saying, take this, take that, and your body does not respond like everybody's body. So a lot of people, they tell you, okay, everybody, take magnesium, take this, take that. Magnesium is good for everybody, but in different doses. And also be aware that when you are taking something, you can have contraindications, like Garen, who's not taking any more pharmaceuticals, but there's people that are taking pharmaceuticals on top of remedies that folks have decided they're going to follow this herbalist and they're going to start piling on different types of medicine. And you're going to have a problem because all medicine, some of them do not have, like, let me say it this way. If you take an aspirin, if you're taking this willow bark, and you go to the pharmacy and you take bare aspirin, you can overdose. This willow bark here, this is willow bark. One of these leaves is equivalent to an aspirin. Let me take one off. One leaf is equivalent to an aspirin. You cannot take this and take bare aspirin at the same time. And that's what a lot of people are not telling the people that are watching their herbal channels. They're just telling you to take, and buy. But they're not telling you that this can cause an overdose if you're taking bare aspirin. A lot of people are taking aspirins for heart conditions. A lot of people are taking aspirin for whatever the doctor has prescribed it for. And then you go on some herbal channel and they're like, oh, take this, take this. Next thing you know, you're in the ER because you overdosed, because you didn't find out from your doctor if they have the same ingredients. And you can overdose yourself. So that's what's the problem with a lot of people. You have to speak to someone according to your own body's needs. We're all individuals. We are not carbon copies of each other. We're not cookie cutter copies. We all have different needs. We all have different dosages of those specific needs. Here are two tiny little mini baskets that I made over the weekend. little teeny little basket, and the handle moves. You can move the handle back and forth. I made this one with raffia, and I made this little one with raffia as well. So just be careful when you're taking medicine, who's prescribing it. Check to see if they have any kind of credentials, or they just online and said, I'm going to do an herbal channel and I have no idea. Me, I've been taking classes from 2015, actually 2012. But 2020 is when I signed myself into an herbal school just to know what I'm talking about, because I do not want to be responsible for someone's demise, if you know what I'm talking about. So now that I did this side, let's see what else we're going to put on here. So we're taking these off again. For those of you that are, just came in, we are weaving a basket, so when we go foraging out in May, I'm going to take you on a local trip, and we're going to go and look at some plants and learn how to use the plants as medicine, how to take the remnants. So if you only need the leaves, what do you do with the bark? Make a basket, make a barrette, make something. There's nothing goes to waste in nature. You see how the birds go and grab all of the little remnants for their little bird nest? They're taking the remnants. Okay? How many birds have made a bird nest? Do you see those ginormous bird nests that the hawks make? All of this stuff is usable on the planet, and whatever is not used goes back to the earth, decomposes, and gives it vitamins and nutrients that the earth needs. So it's all a circle. It's the cycle of life, and that's how things really work. Okay, so let me just make sure nothing has gotten warped. And I think I want to do one across the bottom to close in the bag a little bit. So let's see, we got that going. Let's give the bottom some structure. I want to get a strong one for the bottom. And again, I'm going to leave these on because I might need those to give it extra foundation. So I'm going to go across the bottom. I'm going to start in the middle. So that way, what made you, Garen, what made you decide to leave alone the pharmaceuticals? Did you have some kind of response? Did you feel like something was going wrong with the pharmaceuticals? What gave you that aha moment that you should leave that stuff alone? So now I'm going to twist this around. I'm going to tuck this in here, and then I'm going to bring this back and forth across the bottom to give the bag a bottom. Now, if anyone wants to join the live, you can. And if you have something that you want to share about herbal remedies, or some kind of testimony that you have of how something from nature actually helped you. So this is the bottom. Now I want to make sure that it stays the width I want it. I do not want to disrupt the shape. So I'm going to wrap this through. It is pouring outside here in Texas. You wasn't getting anywhere with what they were prescribing. Yeah, that's what usually happens. And you know, sometimes people are taking something for, let's say, somebody is on statins or something for blood thinners, and you can get blood thinners naturally without getting the side effects of an actual stroke. I saw a doctor here on TikTok who said his patients weren't dying from the stroke, they were dying from the statins. A lot of doctors are moving away. Hi, Amy. A lot of doctors are moving away from giving their patients these statins and these different medications that are harming them. Not to say that doctors are not good. You decided to try natural remedies and you saw a big change in your diet. See? And everyday health. See, that's really good. I'm so glad you had an awakening and that you were able to see a difference quick enough to stay with the change that you saw. Okay, folks, so here's the bottom of the basket. And so I'm going to continue on with what I have. It's raining too hard right now to go outside and gather more. But this is the basket so far. And let's see. Something's looking a little wonky. All right, there it is. Once I put the bottom on, so this is the basket. Here's where you put your hand in. Yeah, I decided to try natural remedies because I was watching family, not only family, but people in the community having side effects from medicine. If a person has cancer and the chemotherapy is killing them, and you know that soursop and all of these things, Crystal, congratulations, Garen. Thank you for the roses. Oh, thank you very much for the roses. I know people that have cancer. They're taking the chemotherapy. They're seeing that the chemotherapy is affecting them in the wrong way. And then you have a doctor that says, there's nothing else I can do for you. So what do you do now? Now that you have intoxicated your body with all this chemotherapy and they're telling you there's nothing else they can do. So what was that treatment for? Was that treatment just to take your money if there's nothing else they can do? What does a person do in that situation? Do they just go home and take their sentence, if you know what I mean, without getting shut off of here? Do you take your this is it, this is the end of the road for you? Or do you fight and try to find something else? And that's where these medicines come in. If you detox your adrenals, if you detox your lymphatic system, you will see so many results. Oh, thank you so much, Garen. Thank you. What a sweetheart. Thank you so much. What do? You keep taking the chemo. I know people that have medicine that they're taking and it's not helping them. I know people who are saying the doctor said this is it. There's nothing else I can do for you. And those people are now on wit's end. You know, I send packages out based on what somebody might tell me about their condition and try to help them get back on track where you detox your body. You get yourself going. And then you start from scratch. You have to flush all of that stuff out of your system in order for the next thing to work. Because if you are filled with toxins, how is your body going to heal? when now it has to absorb all the toxins, flush them out, and then start a whole new regimen. So you want to nip it in the bud at the beginning. If you live healthy, you eat healthy, sometimes things happen. Sometimes people still get the big letter C, but their body is able to fight better. Okay? And that's what the whole thing is about eating natural, living natural, going out in the garden, smelling the fresh air, doing all the things. You know, TV, the phones all give you toxins, all of those. And if you don't start eliminating some of those things, you are going to be the next person. Some people sleep with their phones by their face. And you can't do all these things. You're in the TV, you have a Trinitron TV in your living room, then your face is in your phone, and you're never outside absorbing the sun and the natural air, but you're inside constantly feeding your emotions via these devices. So you got to make sure that you have time, that your body has time to do something else. Now, why did this come loose? Okie dokie. So we have our circle here, we have this here, and let's see. This one can come out. Oh, there it is. So that's what happens to you by not immersing yourself in what the world offers you, as opposed to what your TV screen, and you're staying engaged in things that really have nothing to do with helping you heal. So I think something came apart here. I don't know what I did. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the bracelet. Thank you very, very much. And Garen, you can always DM me if you have questions and you want any other tips. Feel free. That's what I'm here for. Feel free to contact me, and I'll be more than happy to help you with any other suggestions, ideas, what you may want to learn something about. Feel free to contact me here. Oh wow, that was a huge thunder. That was a big thunder. So we're getting a downpour here in the Dallas area, and I'm just going to continue weaving while I discuss this with you. And I think I'm out of, let's see, we have the bottom, we have the middle. Always checking to make sure your bag is still a bag. I keep calling it a bag, but it is a basket. And I'm calling it a bag as if I'm making a purse. Give me 1 second. I have to find two of the same. So I'm going to do that. That and that. It says verify. Select two objects that are the same. Okay, let's pick that little thing and that. Okay, it is really giving me a hard time here, so I'm going to pick a T and another T. Okie dokie. I'm sorry. Give me a second. A wheel that are the same shape. Wow, it just refused. Thank you for the roses. It just refused to let me back in. So let's continue to check the shape. And like I said, maintain the shape of the foundational parts, your structure. If you lose the shape, you're going to lose your bag, your basket. So it says some comments were filtered. Okay, so far we have one side, we have the corner end here, we have the other side which needs some love. I think let's do something here so we can keep the bag doing what it's supposed to be doing. Thank you so much for the roses. So folks, any questions, please feel free to ask, and we will go over. I'll try to do a live a couple of times a week, but I'm doing so many other different things that my timing is a little weird right now. So I'm going to take this again. I want to do, let's see, let's work on this side. So I'm going to take this and connect it here, and I'm going to go around, and I want to put this short one inside this twist, and then we will continue. We're wrapping that one. Let me just tuck this in somewhere where it is happy. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And so now we're going to take this long one, which apparently is broken. Look at that. That's not going to go very far. That I can tell you. So I'm going to, since it's warped, I'm going to just continue to twist it until it breaks. And, you know, herbal medicine has been around for centuries. Native American, oh wow, thank you so much for the crown. Are those crystals? Thank you so much. Crystal Dreams. Thank you very, very much. So, herbal medicine has been around for hundreds of years. And a lot of people don't appreciate it until they have no other option. And that's the sad thing, is that people only use what's convenient up until they're faced with a crisis, and then they start considering other options. Let me see if I can put this here. Let's make this okay. So I'm going to tuck this around, and then I'm going to go to the other end over here to this side and make this here. There we go. It is looking more and more like a basket. So what state are you in, Garen? And let's see, we're going to go this way and this way and see what happens here. And this looks like a bag, like a basket. A basket. So again, for those of you that just came in, I'm Miss Patricia, the herbalist. I'm located in Dallas right now, and I bounced back from New York to Dallas, back and forth. So here we have a structure, and we are getting there. Don't have many left, just a few left, but let's see what we can do. Take off the leaves again, folks. Make sure you take off the leaves and see what happens. With this little piece here, we're going to connect this. I think I want a longer one for that. What do I have left? Let's see, we have this. You're in Michigan. Oh, that's way up north. I'm over here in the blazing Texas. I've been to Michigan on the Amtrak. I've traveled through Michigan. I've taken the Amtrak from New York to Chicago, all the way up to Buffalo, New York, all the way back down. I've taken the Greyhound from New York to Florida, and then from New York to Texas. Now what I'm trying to do, I bought some land in Florida, North Florida by Jacksonville, which I'm trying to turn into a retreat, a healing retreat. And that is in right below Jacksonville. So I'm hoping in June that I can get to Florida and start working on that land so we can have a retreat with a live garden where you eat live food. And what does it mean to eat live food? Live food is micro herbs, okay? If you eat micro plants, the little small ones, you can take some lentils and create some micro herbs. Just lay them on a tray on some tissue paper, or you can get an entire starter kit on Amazon for microgreens. And alfalfa is a good one to get. You need to get some alfalfa. Definitely some lentils. You want to get some lentils in there. And you can grow that right on your kitchen table. You do not need a garden. You do not need a backyard. You can do that right in your apartment. If you live in an apartment, you can grow those right on your kitchen table, on your kitchen counter. You don't need a special place. You really don't even need much sun. I have grown them in New York City, in my apartment there, and they did very well. They grew to maybe about 8 inches before I started cutting them and eating them. Very good for you. You can put them in shakes. You can put them in your salad if you like salad. And there's many ways that you can use those microgreens that'll keep you nourished and vitamins going in and out. So we can do that. You can get some microgreens. I'll show you a tray. Give me a second. So when you order out, you get these plastic containers, right? Now you don't have to do plastic. You can do a glass plate. I'm going to show you what to do. You get a little dish if you're afraid of plastic, and you're going to put your paper towel on here. Then, and you can fold it because it's a long one. This is a small dish. Sprinkle your lentils, your alfalfa, whatever it is, the microgreens. You sprinkle some on here. Then you're going to cover it. Then you're going to spritz it with water. Don't make it soaking wet. And then you're going to put a saran wrap over it, plastic, so they can be in a little incubator. And within 3 or 4 days, you're going to have your own microgreens. And yes, you can get lentils from the supermarket. Everything in here is from the supermarket. I have red grapes, sunflower seeds, melon seeds, cucumbers, corn, kernels. I just put this in on the 28th. So we're going to take a look at it in a few days and see what grew and what did not grow. But these are not microgreens. These are just germinating for the garden. But that's how you prepare your microgreens. I'm going to see if I can get some, and we can start some microgreens and grow them together. Okay? Let me just get some for you. Give me 1 second. Let's take a look. Okay. Unfortunately, I am out of greens, of beans. I ate them all because I like my health. So next we're going to do the, let's see, let's work on this side a little bit more. And what is it, 11:25? And so this is pretty much it. And let me show you another thing you can do with this. Like I said, this is the same fabric. It's the same mallow for this basket. And if you're bored, if you have nothing to do, if you're housebound, if you're sick and shut in, these are little things that you can do to keep yourself, your brain stimulated. Because if you learn something new every day or every couple of days, give yourself something to do. Write a journal and, you know, take your herbs in the correct dosages. So I think I'm done for now. This looks like I don't have much more strands here that I can use. These are all little guys. These can be fill in on the corners. Let's fill in some corners. Let's go over here. We'll do this side and fill in. So we're going to weave this again through the previous weave, and we're going to wrap it around a couple of times to keep that other piece in place. So if you're looking to the left, the one on the right doesn't fall out. So here we go to this side. I'm going to put it through this hole here, and that'll keep that in place. And I'm going to do a loop just to be sure, just in case it shrinks. And I'm going to take it to the bottom of the basket, and it is becoming a basket. It is closing in. I'm going to weave it through a few of these. Always weave something through something else. Don't just wrap it around and then go in another direction, because that's where the strength comes in, and that's where the structure comes in as well. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to do it a few more times on the top, and I'm going to put this through the bottom. Okay, so now we have, it's getting close. Oh, thank you so much. By the way, roses, you can make rose tea. Roses are good for your heart. If you get roses that do not have pesticides herbicides, any kind of contaminants on it. You can make a rose tea. Rose water is good for your face. Rose tea is good for your heart. It is anti-inflammation, antioxidant. Roses are very strong medicine. And I drink rose tea several times during the week. And you can also refresh your skin with the roses as well. Just put roses, not from the store where they sell them for Mother's Day and for holidays. Take the roses, organic roses, and then you're going to just cook them in some water like you're making tea. Let the tea cool down and splash your face every day with the rose water, male or female. It is good for both men and women. It is excellent for your skin. You can put it in your bath water, rose petals. Like I said, just please, please, please make sure they are not treated before you put them in your body and they go through your skin and give you some kind of illness. Always make sure that whatever you're using is not treated with any kind of pesticide, herbicide, or whatever it is that they do to plants these days. So the basket is coming along, and I'm going to see if I can shape it, make sure that the shape is staying to form. And this side is a little bit higher than that side, so let's move things around a bit. It's looking like a basket. This side is more puffy. Have you ever tried dandelion tea? Dandelion flush, excuse me. Dandelion flushes your liver. Oh, thank you, thank you. It's getting there. It's a little warped looking, but as I go along, I'll reshape it, and it is coming along. And you can put some little fruits in here. You can give it away as a little gift, or you can sit it on your kitchen table. And yes, progress is always, always the key. So I'm going to snip off some of these extra little pieces here, and we'll see what's going on here. Some of those little roots, those are primarily roots. This plant is all over our backyard, and I started making some different things with it because it's really a good plant. It's very strong. So there, it's coming along. And we'll do a few more, and wanted to show you, if you are a female or if you're a guy and you want to make a little gift for your daughter or something, you can wrap these around. You're going to make it like a wheel. Just wrap it, keep wrapping it into the shape you want, and you can weave it with another one. So you're making a wheel, and this is going to be a barrette that you can use a chopstick. So you'll take smaller ones and you'll weave it in place, and you just keep going around and around and around, and then you can put it in your hair with a chopstick. Once it's all woven together, just a circle, just keep going, and you weave it in shape. And you can also do it in a letter for the person's initials. So let's see what we have here. Let's see, I just want to make sure that it's balanced and it's not looking wonky. Okay, so this side there, it's looking more and more like a basket, and so that's pretty much it. But yeah, the dandelion will detox your liver, and it will definitely clean your kidneys. I know a lot of people that are on dialysis, and they go to the dialysis faithfully. But there's so many herbalists that are telling you, flush, detox your liver. Your liver is the filter for all the other organs. If you have clean liver, the other organs will function properly. The lymphatic system, you have those in the lymph nodes in your neck, they're in your arms. I have a diagram of where the lymph nodes are. And you can do dry brushing and wake up your lymphatic system. You'll be surprised how many illnesses you can eliminate or prevent just by dry brushing, by cleaning your liver, by taking dandelion tea. Even the Walmart sells dandelion tea. So you can take that. That'll help you detox. Where you start feeling off, start cleaning your system. Don't wait for an illness to catch you where you're going to be diagnosed with something. Keep ahead of the game. You have to be proactive about your health in order to have longevity in this world, because you need all the energy you can get. You want to make sure these little buds, when they're alive, they are edible. They're pretty little flowers. They come in crimson and orange and all these beautiful red rose colors. But it's raining out. This is how the Bristle Mallow grows across the ground. You see, every couple of inches, more roots. So it lays down. Every couple of inches, it sets roots in the ground. And that's how it grows across your whole yard. So we're going to cut those off because we don't need those. They're little strong little guys, a little tough. So you're going to have to cut them. I'm going to cut those, and I'm going to continue a little bit more with the basket. And if anyone has any questions regarding dandelions or anything else, the mullein. So let's talk about, let me leave the basket for a second. And we're going to talk about things that the dandelion helps you with. Okay, let's go with dandelion. I don't know if you could see that, but I think my dry eraser is out of erase. Well, we can talk about it, but let's see if I can do it on here. Let's see. All the benefits of dandelion. Give me a second. Dandelion, you can use all the parts. You can use the flowers, the stems, the, let's see, we're going to go to, let's pick our dandelion real quick. And dandelion, let's see, we can get some recipes also. Now this will be one of the plants in my book. Hopefully I can finish up my book by the 15th. But we'll talk about dandelion, which is one of the top 5 weeds that will be in my book. Okay? Dandelion is used for medicine and dines on it regularly. The other half wages war on it. People think that it's a pest in their gardens. I see people out here with the little shovels digging up the dandelion. That's a gold mine. Dandelion is for arthritis. Okay? That's why it grows all over the world. It travels, those little seeds travel across the entire globe, there's not a place that does not have dandelions. The parts we use for medicine are the roots, the leaf, and the flower, okay? Listen to the vitamins. Yes, vitamins. In a dandelion, the little weed in your yard has vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and vitamin D. It has iron, it has potassium, it has calcium, it has inulin, and it has carotenoids. Some people are allergic to it, but because it has a milky latex inside, but if you get a rash, then you stop. Just continue treatment, okay? Now, it is good for the liver and the kidney health. Like I just said, a classic dish, you can make your green salad, you go outside, you get some dandelion, or you can buy them in Whole Foods. They sell the leaves. Or you can do it as a tea. And this is all to detox your liver. This is for arthritis. I'll tell you a quick story. I went to stay with my daughter, and I was sleeping on an air mattress. Never slept on an air mattress prior to that day. Slept on the air mattress. The next day, I woke up feeling like I was 180 years old. I could not stand up straight. That mattress killed my back. I had dandelion in the refrigerator that I was making a tincture with. And I said, oh, I just got those leaves. Let me go downstairs and try it for the first time on myself. I kid you not. The pain was gone within 45 minutes. Gone, like not even lingering around, okay? So, here's a nice salad you can make. Dandelion, nettles, purslane, and different types of wild weeds. You don't want to use too much of this, but you can use the dandelion and some other things, okay? You're going to put it in a bowl, drizzle with olive oil, lemon. You can put some garlic in it and make a beautiful salad. That's with the dandelion. So if you eat your medicine, you won't get sick. You won't get sick if you eat your medicine. If you make a tea, it'll get rid of all kinds of weird pains that you're having. So let me see if I can do another piece here. Let's start from here. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to string this through here. I'm going to wrap this around. And I want to put it through here. Yeah, dandelion is excellent. There's so many plants out there that really, really do your body good. Okay, so this is going to look like this and go over here. Let's take a look. Okay, so what time is it? It is almost 12. I think what I'll do is I will go at 12, and tomorrow's Thursday. I can come back tomorrow and let's see. Yeah, I think I'll put this here. Get some work on the sides done. So I'm gonna, any other questions? I'm gonna come back tomorrow at about 9:30, 10, the same time as today. And I do have to cut the lawn, so I might do the lawn first and then come back on live. And so there's the side of the basket. So you see, you're going to have your frame, and then you're going to work around the frame with the thinner vines. Use the heavier vines. Remember to soak them in water after they dry for about 2 weeks. Then you're going to soak them in water, in warm water, to loosen them up so they can be pliable and flexible. And maybe we'll continue this tomorrow, and I will talk tomorrow about maybe we will make something, a soap or something. We'll see what we can do for tomorrow. But it's almost 12. I'm going to go and grab something to eat and have some roast tea, because the roast tea sounded so delicious. I think I'm going to go make a cup of roast tea. Let's see. So we have some roses. So I think I will take my cup, take a break, have some roast tea, and I will be back tomorrow at about 10. Okay, if you can't, I appreciate everything from today, your participation, your gifts, your sharing, the likes, everything. I so much appreciate it. And I'll try to leave a schedule so that way you guys can know when I'm coming on, because I know it's the middle of the morning and a lot of people work and everyone doesn't have time to sit on these platforms for hours on end. So I'll try to put a schedule, that way you can block out that amount of time and we'll see how it goes from there. Do you have any suggestions for a time? And let's see, I'm going to take this off and take this off. And everyone, thank you all, whoever else joined in. I appreciate you coming in. And we will tackle our health one day at a time with herbs. We'll take trips outside. And you can go through the channel and see what kind of stuff that I do here. That way you can get an idea. So God bless you all, and I will see you in the next video. And let's see. Bye-bye. I think that was it.